Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to hold your violin or your viola in this video. So first thing you need to know is you can hold your violin or viola in multiple places. You can hold it on the neck, you can hold it on the shoulders, you can hold it in the lower bouts. Most of these places are okay to hold it. You don't want to hold it on the bridge or hold it up with the strings or the fingerboard, but for the most part, there's a lot of stable places to hold your instrument. One way to hold it when you are sitting and waiting is what we call rest position, where you set the button on your left knee and you just hold with your hand here on the neck, and it just sits straight up and down on your knee and you have control of it and it's safe. There is another way to hold it where you take the chin rest and you put it under your arm like this, and then you can just kind of keep your arm holding this against your body, and that's another way to hold it in rest position while you are just waiting to play. In order to hold it while you are playing, we are going to put it on our left shoulder, and your left hand is what creates the notes, so you're going to need to have it out on the left side of your body. So an easy way to do this is, if you're sitting and holding your instrument like this, to take your left hand and just lay it over the shoulder and hold on to it here, right on this left shoulder. Now hold your arm out straight, turn your instrument over, and then bend your elbows so that the back of your instrument comes in and sets right on your collarbone here. Okay? So this part under the chin rest, this part right underneath of it, is going to sit right on your collarbone. So you're going to bend in, and it's going to sit right there on the collarbone. Then you're going to take and make sure it's up against your neck, and you're going to take the side of your jaw. We call it a chin rest, but it's more of a side of the jaw rest. My chin is all the way out here, and it's really not against the chin rest, only a little bit of the side of my chin. Okay? So my head relaxes down, and just the weight of my head as I relax my head down is going to push that chin rest up into the side of my chin, and that is the stable way to hold your instrument. Your instrument is not going to be right in front of you. That's really uncomfortable for your arm to be bent all the way underneath like this. It's also not going to be all the way out to the side of you. It's about a 45-degree angle from your shoulders, a little bit out in front, but more out to your left side. It's not up in the air. It's not down in the air. These strings are actually kind of parallel to the floor, and that is the way you're going to hold your instrument. Now, for now, we're going to keep our hand right here to help control our instrument. There is going to come a time when you're going to want to have your instrument where you can hold it with just the chin and the weight of your arm, and you're not going to have to worry about controlling your instrument. So holding with your hand here, keeping everything parallel. Then I'm going to have you take your right hand and make an L. The thumb of the L is going to go right here on the near corner of your fingerboard. So you're going to touch it there, and then you're going to reach over top, and that is how you are going to pluck your strings. So plucking your strings, we're going to start from the highest string. For the violins, that's your E string. For the violas, that's your A string, and we're going to pluck the ant song. When we're doing this with violin and viola combined, we start with the violin high note, and violas you're just going to wait until they get to the second string they pluck. But violins, you're going to run out of strings, and viola, you're going to go all the way down to the C string. I am lucky enough to have a weirdo instrument with all 5 strings, so I can play both parts. You will not be able to do that. We're going to play the ant song. So plucking the thinnest string, the closest one to your pointer finger when you're in plucking position, and that's going to be everywhere, everywhere there's, and then when we get to ants, you're going to move over one string, and that's going to be the A string, and you're going to pluck ants, ants, ants. Violas, you start on ants on your highest string. Ants, 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 and they are. Then move over one more string, that's the D string. Digging, 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 digging in the ground, ground, ground. And then violas, you go all the way to China. So violas, you got one extra string. So together that's everywhere, everywhere there's ants, ants, ants. Ants in there digging, 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 digging in the ground, 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 all the way to China. And that is going to be the first thing that you are going to do when holding your instrument. So one more thing I need to tell you. On the back of my instrument, you can see I have a shoulder rest, which is attached on either side of the instrument. And the thing about the shoulder rest is you need to make sure that the thinner side of the shoulder rest, the side that's closer to the instrument, is on the same side as your chin rest. Okay? So you're going to want to make sure that that is that way, and that's the part that's going to help it hold on your shoulder and keep everything parallel. If you don't have a shoulder rest, we will need to get you a sponge, or you have a sponge already that came with your instrument, and that's going to be held on by rubber bands. And the sponge is the same thing. You've got a thinner side and a thicker side to the sponge, and the thinner side needs to be on the same side as your chin rest, so that it sets on your shoulder, and then as the instrument comes out over in the front of you, the thicker side holds your instrument up. When you hold your instrument, it is not totally flat on your shoulder. It does lean forward, and that is a good thing. It doesn't lean totally forward, or you won't be able to hold it with your jaw. It doesn't lean totally back, or you'll have to do all sorts of weird stuff to get your chin up there. You want to set it on your shoulder, let it come forward a little bit, and that is the way you want to play. Okay? So have fun practicing holding your instrument, getting it all set up, then start again, holding your instrument, and you will get very, very used to holding your instrument very, very quickly. Make sure you learn it right, though, because if you learn it wrong, then you'll have all sorts of problems. Holding it this way, your shoulder's going to hurt. Holding it this way, your neck is going to hurt. You want to make sure that you're using the way you would normally sit, and then just bring the instrument in along with that. Okay? So have fun this week, and I look forward to actually having lessons next week with you.